let's talk about everyone's favorite map, Stormpoint. So, what I've noticed from the Apex community's opinion on the map Stormpoint is that it is negative. It is a negative opinion on this map. Why is that? What are the complaints that some, if not most, players have about this map right here? It's the complaint that this map is too big, or that they can't find anyone after the first ring. Okay, why is that? Well, I have come up with, I guess I can call it a theory, because I can't prove that it's fact, but I think it's a, so I guess I gotta call it a theory, is that here's the problem why you can't find people after the first ring. And I think it comes down to two reasons. Well, yeah, I guess I can say two reasons. It's simple fact that people either hot drop and die quickly, or you land on some godforsaken part of the map and end up looting for most of the match and can't find people. I have been on both sides. I've seen a map hot drop somewhere and they die off too quickly and the match end up not lasting too long. I've also been on the side multiple times where we end up landing somewhere else and end up looting for a good portion of the map, you know, using the replicator and stuff like that, and not end up finding people until there's like 2 other squads left. But is that what should end up happening every time you get on? No. And how do you fix this? You don't need to decrease the size of the map. Players just have to be more aware of where they drop and how they move and rotate around the map. Cause Stormpoint, yeah, it's a big map. I will say that it is a big map. But with as many mobility characters that this game has introduced, that should be no problem at all getting around this map. 0. Literally 0. Think about it. Think about it. I'll give you a second. Because of many mobility characters in this game, this shouldn't be that much of a problem. Pathfinder and the zip lines. Wraith and her portal. You can use Bloodhound in his ult. He runs super fast in that. Octane, his stem and jump pad. Loba, her bracelet. Horizon technically is a mobility character with her gravity lift, even though it's more vertical than horizontal. Mad Maggie runs faster when using shotguns. You can definitely get some speed out of that. Her Mad Maggie's ult. Valkyrie, literally one of the most popular legends in the game. It's a free jump tower. There are so many mobility characters in the game now that it should be 0 problem how you get around this map. None at all. But yet I still see people complain about how hard it is to get around the map. With as many mobility characters in this game, especially when you could be running 1, 2, or all 3 in your squad, getting around this map should be no problem at all. At least to me. Look at it this way. A squad comp of Pathfinder, Valkyrie, and let's say Octane should be zooming around the map in seconds. In minutes, maybe. Minutes. Let's just use minutes. But in this game here, you see this squad comp. We are not running mobility at all. We are the literal opposite of mobility. We have a big behind Gibby who 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 runs like he got 40 pounds on top of him. We got a lifeline who isn't mobility based at all, and we got me running Rampart. So I'm not going anywhere anytime soon. Oh, in this game we're running the opposite of mobility, and as you can see, we're still getting into fights. Even though the fights have been more coming to us, we landed on somebody, and that other person just happened to run the lifeline. You know, the fights have been coming to us so far in this game so far. But being able to find people shouldn't be nearly a problem at all for this map with the amount of mobility characters that are in this game. Let's not even get into the mobility elements that are on this map. There is a trident on this map, even though it's probably on the edge of the map somewhere. There's zip lines. There's gravity cannons. It has mobility elements just like any other map. So getting around this map shouldn't be too hard. But let's go to the other side of the argument. You know, people die too early, potentially due to hot drops. That is not a map specific thing. That is not a map specific thing. And it shouldn't be. This stigma that you can't find anybody because people die too easily due to hot drop is definitely not a map specific thing. Which leads me into another complaint that some people have about this map. Surprisingly, people complain about the lack of hot drop spots in this map, because that's a thing for some reason. But it's not as big a complaint as the previous point that you can't find people. So why do people complain about not having a main hot drop spot? Nowadays it's like Cascades Fall and the Mill for some people on Stormpoint nowadays. Okay. When Stormpoint was first introduced, I saw a lot of people landing at Barometer and Antenna. I personally like landing at Checkpoint. Some people land the Wall, people land Stormcatcher, some people even go to Command Center a lot. So not having a main hot drop spot, some people do complain about, which contradicts what people's main complaint is that they can't find people and that the map is too big. So two complaints that contradict. It's kind of weird to me, but hey, it's a complaint. I don't make the rules. So why does Stormpoint gets this stigma as an unranked map? Well, in unranked, people like to find fights, and people like to, you know, they like a lot of action. But there is a thing as too much action. And what am I saying? Let's take a look. Kings Canyon. Kings Canyon currently. Kings Canyon currently is third party city. We know this. We know this. Points of interest are too close together. And even if you hot drop or not, you're more than likely gonna find at least 2 to 3 fights in the game due to how close everything is on that map. And with the amount of mobility characters in that game, it's like I've literally watched people, the entire lobby, pull up to the middle of the map, squad after squad after squad after squad for an entire game. I've literally watched it. Sat there perched up on a rock watching it all happen. Third party city. that's just a case of too much fighting, especially with the hot drops location. You know, containment, the place outside of uh, Wraith Labs. I'm forgetting the name. You know, it has some hot drop locations. Okay, let's look at a map like Olympus. Okay, let's look at Olympus. Not too big at all. I think Olympus is probably the best map we have currently in Unranked. Yeah, I think it's the best map. It's really a toss up in Unranked because Olympus, besides Estates and Hammond Labs, and maybe Fight Night, I don't think there's really a hot drop. You could say, I guess there's some, but not a lot of hot drops in Olympus, which people spread out over the map and you can get good fights and normally can have a good experience on Olympus. Okay, what about World's Edge? Unranked. I'm gonna keep it a beam. Everybody drops fragment. I literally have a video where the entire lobby literally drops fragment. It's literally almost the same thing they want out of Kings Canyon and bringing back Skull Town. People just want a hot drop, and then other people wonder why they can't find people anywhere else on the map, because people just want a hot drop almost in Unranked. So back to the two contradicting statements, that doesn't make sense. People want Skull Town on Kings Canyon, a hot drop. People hot dropping fragment. Thankfully, there's not too many hot drop locations on Olympus, so I think that's a little bit contradictory. Another complaint I do see about World's Edge is that it's too open. And while yes, there are some open spaces in Olympus, that is true. Olympus is an open map. It's a pretty open map. There are some open spots in Kings Canyon. There are, just not as many as the other two maps before. The entire train track on World's Edge and some of those snowy parts are completely butt naked wide open with barely any cover. So like these map specific complaints that they're putting on the Stormpoint, they have on other maps that are sometimes even more prominent. You could say Olympus is arguably a more open map than Stormpoint. You could say you can't find people on other maps like Kings Canyon because people die too quickly. You know, these complaints that are map specific, giving Stormpoint a bad stigma when it really shouldn't, because it happens on other maps, which I don't see how it makes sense at all. But let's go back to the main point. Let's just go back to the main point. It's too big, and I can't find anybody after the first rank. Okay. And that means that you're just gonna have to put a little bit more effort on being aware and paying attention onto at the start of the game where people drop, so you can get in on the action, but also not die due to hot dropping, and B, how you move around the map. Cause look at this, no mobility on this squad whatsoever, and yet we're getting into fights. We're out here, you know, dueling with people. We're dueling with people. And we have no mobility at all. We can still find people. And I don't know these people at all. These are just unranked It's just randoms. As I get clapped by a Kraber. Let's talk about the gameplay real quick. This was pretty funny. I get Kraber in the face. Lifeline goes for a raise. Grenade. And I didn't want to block anybody. I wasn't raging or nothing. I was just ready to run as soon as I got up. That's all that was. And of course, if you've seen the clip on TikTok, Horizons with Krabers are really, they're an interesting bunch. Let's just say that. They're really they're interesting. Back to the point. Yeah, as you can see, no mobility on this squad whatsoever. But we're getting around the map. We're listening where people is. We're going and we're attacking. It's something I feel is very simple, yet it's very fixable. You know, you don't need to change the map. I don't. Even though Respawn did say they're gonna make the map, I guess less susceptible to, you know, games like that, games like this, which the player base can do that. They can do that on their own, but I don't know if they want to, you know. So even we can. I mean, this gameplay is kind of speaking for itself. I almost don't want to say anything. No mobility characters. We're getting around the map. Even with the amount of communication, even though it's minor, with or without communication, you know, you should be able to move around the map and be able to find people easy enough. I mean, I almost feel like I'm repeating and regurgitating the same points, but this is the main point that people complain about, and I feel like it's easily fixable. I mean, it's so I don't agree with the complaint that are there some games like that on Stormpoint? Absolutely, I will not deny that. But you can and should, you know, be able to fix those problems instead of just constantly saying map bad because I can't rotate around the map fast enough to you know, find people that I can fight. I kind of think that's unfair. So the end of this match is it's actually pretty funny actually. You know, I'm out here looking for the squad. Okay, they start shooting us. We know where they're at. And let's just say I'm almost left because I know it's coming up. I'm about to beam this guy. Boom, Gibby Bubble. Gibby Bubble gets to the way. I'm like, oh no. And then a random arc star for I don't even know where it comes out of nowhere. And you know, we just get deleted. So even though that we lost, I had fun on that game. We had fun. Even though I died twice, I had fun because, you know, we fought people, we engaged people, we were able to find people. You can have games like this, and I mean, you're not having games like this more often. You kind of have to sign yourself, or maybe on your teammates or whatever. I don't know. And this next game kinda shows the same thing, even without the communication, even though it's minor. In the last game we had, you know, ironically it happened in the same spot. That was just ironic that it happened in the same spot where we landed. I just find that funny. But yeah, on to the gameplay. Like I said, landed in the same spot. Hellstar is but upcoming on season 13. Let's talk about season 13 real quick. Or the next upcoming season. I think it's season 13. I don't know. Lifeline mains, y'all okay? I just wanted to check up on y'all that wondering if y'all were gonna be okay. Cause I just have to know. I just have to know, cause y'all sound like y'all are ready to y'all are ready to run headfirst into a brick wall after seeing the next season. Which, now that I think about it, Lifeline for next season, I think people have gotten a little too attached with Lifeline not having her shield, her revive shield, which to be honest, and granted I'm not a Lifeline main, to be honest, I don't have a problem with Lifeline not having her shield. I don't think it's as bad as people made it out to be, cause it just takes a lot more, maybe I don't know if I want to say skill, maybe patience, cause you can't just Lifeline res out in the open. She doesn't have a shield. You're just either leaving your teammate to get thirsted, or technically you're just using your teammate as bait so you can maybe down the guy that's shooting at you. And I don't think that's how Lifeline works now. How Lifeline works now is that she should, you know, be able to res people behind cover, and you know, she's res people behind cover and be able to return fire that she can get that res off. You know, she's a combat medic. Be able to heal people while being able to return fire and engage in combat. You know, combat medic. The revive shield, really, I'm not saying that it was a good change for Lifeline to take a revive shield. But now that I think about it, she was really strong with that shield, and that, you know, being able to res people like the way she does now, just drop the drone and shield and be able to res himself. That was pretty strong. Because not only does the down person have a shield while they're resing, you still have to contend with the Lifeline who's shooting at you. So I guess that was pretty strong. But now I think it just takes a little bit more patience, I guess. And Lifeline mains are kind of upset about it, because there still are some Lifelines who will res you out in the open and then run away without any thought at all, leaving you to get, you know, kind of thirsty. Newcastle seems like I'm gonna be honest, I think I'm gonna like Newcastle solely for the sole purpose of how he's gonna pair with Rampart.
I need energy ammo.
Because the team comp I'm immediately thinking of, Rampart, Watson, Newcastle.
Energy ammo here.
Newcastle walls with Rampart walls with Watson ult, stopping grenades. Yeah,
Thanks.
yeah, I'm here for that. I'm here for all that. Stormpoint is getting some changes, which is good.
Valkyrie actual. Ready for burn. How copy?
And you know, Ranked is getting some changes, which, speaking on Ranked, if you've
Burn is a go.
followed this channel for any amount of time, you know that this season, season 12, or season 11, I don't freaking know anymore. This current season, before the next season, Newcastle comes out, I hit Diamond this season. In both splits, I hit Diamond. And so, in the one season I hit Diamond, people say Ranked is too easy. Too many Diamond, too many Masters players. I'm like, oh, okay. And now they're making changes to Ranked, which I don't know if it's going to make it easier or harder for people like me. Because on most ranked seasons, I just hit Plat and then I don't care about rank for the rank. This season, I decided to go for Diamond. I hit it on both splits relatively early. Probably like 10 days within to the season or something like that. Or into the split. And now there's going to be changes, and now I'm wondering how I'm going to perform next season. Will I even hit Diamond? Will I even hit Plat? I don't know. Just something on top of my mind. Stormpoint getting some changes, rightfully so. Because if you're all gonna complain about a map, you might as well make changes that will potentially make the map better. So that's a good thing. And yeah, that's. Besides weapon changes, you know, weapons coming out, weapons going on for loot, weapons going in the replicator. I'm wondering how season 13 is going to shake out. But back to the gameplay. As you can see, we've been finding people. No communication. Only one mobility legend. You know, only one mobility legend in Valkyrie. We've been finding people. We've been throwing down. We've been battling, and so far it's been a fun game. At least for me when I played it. I'm like, hey, I'm engaged. And it's lit. Even when the places where we walk, it's like we're still. No, I almost don't even want to say anything because I feel like I'm regurgitating the same thing. I'm repeating the same things. We're fighting people because we're rotating around the map properly. Not a lot of people have died. You know, I guess these are just two games that people didn't hot drop, I guess, and it led to two entertaining games. Seems like Valkyrie spotted somebody, and looks like we might, you know, jump on them. I guess we end up sliding down here. Didn't realize my skin was on my gun. Big bird. Speaking of guns, y'all about to see real soon about the devotion, bro. Cause I don't pick this gun up often. Usually I only pick it up when I'm rampart. But the devotion is disgusting. Even without a turbocharger, surprisingly. But I'm out here giving the business with people the business with Big Sheila. That's turret go burr.
Hello, Sheila. Oh, they've never seen. Getting attacked by another squad.
I'm getting shot in my back because people know the threat of Big Sheila. And when Sheila gets going, she don't stop. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, y'all about to see right here, real quick, that devotion go bird. Devotion go bird. Oh man, that's that. You know, people complain about the rampage, and before he got nerfed, people complain about the L-Star, but god damn, is the devotion disgusting. And people say, oh, devotion's not good without turbocharger. Man, devotion go burr. And now that Spitfire is coming out next season, so that means devotion, Spitfire, O-Star, and Rampage in the Replicator. That is disgusting. So as a semi-rampart main, I am happy. Devotion go bird.
Cracked an enemy's shield.
So as a semi-rampart main, I think I'm gonna be happy next season with my choice of weapon, my choice of weaponry. Speaking of season 13 weapons, oh boy, oh boy. We really about to see who really finna be using the replicators for real. Cause y'all precious R301 is going into the replicator. So yeah. We finna see how many of y'all gonna be using that replicator. That means the flatline and longbow come out the replicator. And the R301 and Rampage going in the replicator. So we about to see how many of y'all really built for that. Really, we gonna see how y'all built. Which one of y'all is R301 ready, R301 made, and which one of y'all not. Which one of y'all gonna be fiending for it, and which one of y'all not. You know. Care package wise, I think the Massive is going in the care package, which is, oh boy, Massive back in the care package. That means they gotta buff the shotguns. Cause I have not touched the EVA 8 in forever. And every time I do, it seems like it never goes well.
Main engine burned.
So yeah, they might have to buff the EVA 8 or something. Cause Massive going in care package. Don't let a Maggie get a hold of that. Or a mobility character in general get a hold of a Massive. Cause dear God, if you remember back in the day how strong the Mastiff was in the care package. What was it doing? 200 for headshots? Oh yeah, that's disgusting. And I'm scared. It's like a close range Kraber. I am scared. Very scared. I'm very afraid. But, you know, Bolt not coming out the care package, sadly. G7 not coming out the care package, sadly. Yeah. As you can see, in the gameplay still, I almost don't even want to say it. Like the gameplay's kind of speaking for itself on why Stormpoint isn't that. At least when you play it the right way, it's not any worse than any other map. I have more grievances on current Kings Canyon than I have about Stormpoint. I don't think Stormpoint is as bad in an unranked sense than what people say it is. I just don't agree.
I need to hop up. Turbocharger.
So there's about what, 2 other squads left. Devotion go Burt. We're out here just kind of battling everybody. I'm just looking at the Devotion like, you know, LMGs get a lot of hate in this game. You know, LMGs get a lot of hate in this game. You know, Spitfire. People hate Spitfire. People hate the Rampage. People do not like. Or people just don't like LMGs in general for some reason. Which is, I do see why. I have been on the receiving end of Rampage and Spitfire. You know, you're thinking how many god dang bullets do they have? But you know, you just when you play a mobility character, you just gotta stay out of the way. LMGs are supposed to have a lot of bullets. Like, what you want them to like? What, lower the ammo count? They're LMGs. They're supposed to have a lot of bullets. Damage? I mean, I don't know. LMGs are just LMGs, man. But yeah, I think I've said all I want to say about Stormpoint. It's not as bad as the map in an unranked sense as people say. Now in a ranked sense, I can't really say because I think Stormpoint's only been ranked for 1 split at the time of this recording, before the next season, and I don't remember it at all, so I can't say anything about Stormpoint on a ranked sense. The unranked sense is not as bad as people say. I don't think it's bad as King's Canyon. King's Canyon in the unranked sense, current King's Canyon, man,
God one. A bit too close for comfort.
I almost don't even. World's Edge in the unranked sense, when everybody don't land fragment, it's a good map. But when World's Edge, when everybody don't bring land fragment, it's a good map. Olympus is a great unranked map. But yeah, I don't think Stormpoint as an unranked map it's as bad as people say it is. But if you have anything
You are the Apex champions.
else to either add or dispute in this video, you go ahead and drop it in the comments, I guess. I mean, not like I can change your opinion or anything like that. I just laid out how I felt, gave you, I guess, evidence, and if you have anything, drop it in the comments and maybe we can talk about it. I don't know. But other than that, thank you for watching. I appreciate all of you. And yeah, it's been Denny Bad, and I'm out. Peace.